What's up, world? Welcome to a new episode of the Brandon Janu Show. As you know, I am Brandon Janu, and like always, on all podcast platforms everywhere, it is the Brandon Janu Show, man. Also, social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok, Brandon Janu Show, and more importantly, man, on YouTube channel, Brandon Janu Show, man. Thank you to everybody that is listening on podcast platforms, um, like in the reels or the clips on all these social media platforms. And of course, all of the things I'm doing on YouTube, man, I appreciate it. So let's get into it. I thought about today, and I'm getting closer and closer to the end of season 8, Time Capsule, and I've been posting today. Season 8's been pretty good. I actually enjoy this. I like the summer mayhem I did this season 8 because most of this season has been predicated on the summer. I feel good with where I'm going in the podcast space. Um, Not a lot to complain about. Not a lot to really get too too over the top about. Personal. Can my body be better? Of course. I mean, I'm getting older, man. And for a kid that's not supposed to see 30 in the next couple months, if everything goes right, 30 will be my next year. I'm beating the odds every day, man, and it's a blessing and it's a beautiful feeling. To do this podcast also is a beautiful feeling and it's a blessing, man. I get on when I do YouTube for my hashtags, right? When I'm doing my YouTube hashtags and stuff, like to like tell them what the episode's about and how many episodes it is and all that. And I was doing that today, and I have 352 total episodes of this podcast. That is crazy. That's nuts. I don't know. I mean, I said this season's gonna go into season to the end of August because I want to pretty much do time capsule, wrap it up at the end of August. But more importantly, man, season 9, I'm starting now racking my brain about what I want to call season 9. And I'm realizing that, when I get on like social media sites like TikTok, right? Um, and TikTok, because of the algorithms, they know what I'm looking for. And I got on there today and I was just looking at some stuff, and I think it was like a mental health post, and they were just talking about this and that, and I don't get the post wrong, misquote it, and I'm starting to see these things. I'm starting to look at certain things, and the more that I've been doing my podcast, I'm realizing like I get farther and farther away from care. What I mean by that is I don't I get further and further away from caring about non important shit. I do point of view and random shit, but that's just to amuse myself. To be honest with you, my opinions on this shit isn't that hard. I don't give two fucks about what a celebrity's doing. So at the end of the day, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care. What I do care about is how this is working. And I've done so much in such a, I can't say a short amount of time because I've been doing this now going on 4 years in September. But for the time frame I've done this in, as long as I've been doing it, I think I'm starting to now really hit my stride as a podcaster. There was a time earlier this year where I wasn't really doing so much. I was kind of just like very cautious about like what I say, how I say it. You know what I'm saying? Still with the podcast doubt shit. Because if I say something, it might get seen, and then everybody's gonna take it and act like I said something that was like just so over the top and inadvertently disrespectful or some shit, and which I that is not what I do this for, um, at all. What I believe that I've done in the show, this time that I've done this podcast, man, is generally give myself a chance to understand the person I am becoming, and that goes into where I just said caring. I'm moving farther away from caring. And caring doesn't have to be a bad thing about, things. I stopped caring about trying to fit in and just became me. Like I feel like, everything in society right now is so hyperactive and hyper emotional and hyper volumed that it's okay to be quiet and be self observing and self aware and pay attention. It's cool, it's okay. I don't want to always be, you know, the loudest person in the room or the loudest person on the podcast. I just want to be the person that says what he needs to say. And if you generally get cool with it, then great. If you don't, I understand. I get it, and that's okay. That's even better. Because if you have a misunderstanding, if you I'd rather you have a misunderstanding and ask me what I meant than for you to just be, which this era doesn't do anymore, than for you to just think that like I'm wrong and whatever I said was just wrong. Because I know I'm not gonna say nothing that's just stupid and that's just inadvertently disrespectful. That's crazy. In this world we're living in right now, I feel like it's a war. It's a war of sanity versus a war with um delusion. We're all delusional sometimes. Everywhere I turn, either be social media, a life, real life, excuse me, there's not too many sane people. And I'm not saying like you gotta be like normal. Because what the fuck is normal? I've always said that. What the fuck is normal? Sane to me is just knowing it's my life. I'm in control of it. I can't blame anybody for the decisions I have made, regardless of how. Yeah, was that fucked up? Of course it was. Was it too over the top? Probably. But at the same time, I will be a human being and stand on what I said. And that's where this is getting fucked up a lot of times, where the delusion kicks in, where you think you can do these things and you can move the way you want to move. That's great. Do it. But that's delusion. Reality is insanity right now to me. Reality versus image, right? Too many people want to play characters. Too many people want to play characters. Too many people want to play a role that they're just not accustomed to or just not meant for. Some people want to be a star and you're just a really cool extra. You're a really cool extra, dude. There's nothing wrong with being an extra. A lot of extras have turned into really great stars in their own time. My thing is this: do not let some star hype you up and who's in their own story get you feeling like their story is your story. Their story is their story. Your story is your story. You have to figure that out. This is called life for a reason, man. Good or bad, indifferent or not. If you don't know who you are, this shit is gonna be extremely fucking hard for you. I said something. 30. I'll be 30 in January. That's a moment for me. I don't know what I want to do when I'm 30, man. But I know one thing. I just want to open my eyes on that day. That's it. I want to open my eyes on that day and just feel 30. We take that for granted sometimes. We plan parties and shit. I just want to open my eyes and go in my bathroom and take a leak. Hey, I just want to piss on my birthday. That's it. I want to piss on my birthday, wash my hands, brush my teeth, get back in my bed, and then figure out what I want to do the rest of the day. We take that for granted just to opening our eyes. That's beautiful to me. In this story of life, we don't share too much of the time capsule that we have. Oh, we share a little bit too much, and we think every moment is a great moment. No, it's not. Not every moment is a time capsule moment. It's the little times that get you through the days. But you'll know the time capsule moments when you see them, when you feel them. You'll know it. Hopefully, hopefully, you get to experience a lot more than they let on. I'm technically going into the last stretch of the first half of my life. And or as I say, the first quarter of my life, and pretty much going to the second quarter of my life at 30. And I don't know what's gonna happen. What I do know is this: I'm still do this, and that's all I need to look forward to. The rest of that shit, if it comes, it comes. I can't rush it, so I have to learn patience. This took a long time to figure out, but I got it, and I figured it out. So that's my feelings on this. I just wanted to talk. That was it. I feel better now. So yeah. Until then, I am Brian Janu. This is the Brian Janu Show, and peace.